All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Versatility Podcast. I'm your host, Juelz. Back at it again. Y'all know the vibes. Y'all know what to do. And right here today, I'm here with
Antonio.
yeah. I mean, you can add a little bit more, man. You can add a little.
Antonio, better known as Wheezy, Swave Baby. If you follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, whatever else they got social media platform on. I think Kanye just bought Parler. I'm on that too.
I thought that was the racist one.
It's not racist. It's just it's pretty much racist.
So then why are you on it?
I had to secure my name.
No.
I had to.
No. As somebody who's pro-black, bro, I expected better from you.
I secured my app. I just had to.
All right, man.
Cause we can get into it later.
Yeah, we get into it. But how's everybody feeling today, man? It's another episode. This is episode 30. We at Curry. You already know what it is. Curry. Yes, sir. Second week in a row, we got an episode. Hopefully, I can get 4 episodes in a row. 4 weeks in a row. It's hard out here though, y'all. It really is trying to balance so many different things, but I'm blessed and highly favored, and the Lord just help me pass my admissions test, just magically fix my car through the grace of God. That's a whole nother thing I gotta talk to you about. That was crazy, dog. So I might pull over to Howard Homecoming. We're recording this on Friday, October 21st. Friday, October 21st. It's 4:37 p.m. So I'm sorry if we missed anything that happened on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, of course, because y'all know we always post these episodes on Monday. But anyway, let's get right into it, Antonio, man. Well, first of all, how you feeling, man? How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling wonderful. I like what you did there when you said Antonio, man. Some will realize what you did.
I ain't gonna lie, I didn't even peep. It slid. Oh, that's his. For those of you who don't know, which is one of my favorite things to say, that's his last name. Yeah. But yeah, so let's get right into it. So for our news today, I already know we got the news today segment. I always do this. Piggybacking off of what we talked about last week, Uber Eats has announced that they will now deliver marijuana in Toronto. He said, "I'm going to Toronto."
I don't even smoke, but I just feel like it's crazy where the world is going. Not in a bad way, but it's just crazy where the world is going.
No, for real. But this is the first time marijuana will be available through a third party platform. Usually, you have to go to the store. You plug, I guess technically it's already been in the Uber Eats type of vibe because the plugs will come to you sometimes and things of that nature. From what I understand, I don't smoke, so that's not.
I
me.
will say they probably taxing, bro. Like it probably not even worth it.
They're gonna be taxing heavy. But you have to be aged 19 years or older, but you order just like how you would at a restaurant, like from a restaurant or a store, etc. But you also get a warning that you must be of legal age before you buy and purchase whatever. Delivery will be made by the cannabis staff instead of an independent driver. So basically, if I was working for Uber Eats, I won't be doing cannabis orders. At least that's what it says on here.
It's like being a pizza delivery driver. Like when you're a Papa John's pizza and then you only, deliver Papa John's type thing. I thought it was crazy, but as I thought about it, since it's because it's a lot of dispensaries here in Baltimore, so I guess it's not too far off from like ordering from Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, it's like Delta 8 and lower here, I think. I think that's the highest you can go before it's illegal. So, I mean, hella progress has been made in marijuana. And we talked about it. I talked about it with y'all last week about how even on my ballot, it asked me, do I want to legalize marijuana or not? And I said yes. I'm not gonna lie. I don't smoke personally, but I don't feel like. Again, we talked about do you know about the schedules of marijuana? Like the schedules of drugs?
The schedule? No.
So basically, like marijuana is at the highest.
Oh, to be legalized?
No, the highest of like most dangerous.
Oh,
which is kind of crazy because it's higher than cocaine.
How do they where do they get those numbers from?
I don't know where they get the numbers. It's not even numbers, but like it's like what the government classifies.
Okay.
As it like marijuana is higher than fentanyl, bro.
I'm wondering like how do you determine that marijuana is more dangerous?
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
But remember, there was a put the mic up.
Sorry.
There was a thing with back in the day. I know they really thought marijuana was a big problem. Kind of like how like with alcohol, they thought alcohol was like this super big problem that had to be solved. You know what I mean? So like so that's another thing with that because that was a problem along with some other things. And that's why I think marijuana is higher than it is because they overcompensated or oversimplified the problem. No, they overdid it. Like they over exaggerated. That's what I mean. They over exaggerated the problem. Because like marijuana is on the same level as ecstasy, heroin, LSD, and peyote, and then it's higher than methamphetamine, cocaine, fentanyl, Vicodin, oxycodone, and Adderall. It's higher than steroids, testosterone, ketamine. Like you see what I mean? Like I'm going, and this is from highest to lowest. The lowest is cough suppressants. It's higher than Xanax, bro. Like Ambien. Like Ambien is of the Schedule 4. Like that doesn't even make sense, bro. Yeah, it really does not make sense at all. But the last thing is also with the delivery of the cannabis, you have they're gonna ask for you to verify your age and your sobriety as well. So yeah,
what do it matter my sobriety?
Yeah, that's what I said. I don't really understand that at all. So what's your take on all this, man?
Well, now that you asked that last question, let's say, what happens if I order marijuana from Uber Eats and now I'm inebriated? So now I order more. Since they're asking about my sobriety, I'm no longer sober. So now are they going to deny me the second thing of weed I just bought? These are not questions for you to answer.
No, I know,
but these are questions
for
somebody to ask. Because, like, what does it really matter?
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think of it that way. That's like, but if they're thinking of it the same way as like alcohol, then maybe they're like, well, we don't want them to get even more weed, that type of thing. Which I don't think you would think that they wouldn't care because they want more people to buy drinks and stuff. But is it even a safety problem? Because you can't really like overdose on weed, can you? I don't think you can.
I won't say you can't, but I don't think it's nowhere near as dangerous as drinking too much alcohol.
Yeah, because
I think the ceiling of what bad can happen is a lot lower with marijuana than alcohol.
Yeah, I think the same. I'm not gonna lie. It doesn't really make sense for real. Yeah, that doesn't really make sense. Now that you bringing it to my attention, it doesn't make as much sense as I thought it would. I mean, any other comments around it? Because I feel like this is a great move. I feel like a lot of other when the U.S. does it, black people gonna have a time. They're gonna be fun. They're gonna be real funny with that, bro. Oh my God, I gotta live in my door. I gotta be worried about the law, like stuff like that. I think white people too. Like, I don't think people realize how much white people actually smoke weed, like universally.
I want, if anybody is in prison, jail, or whatever for marijuana in Canada, unless they was like a terrorist, I need them out of prison like tomorrow, yesterday. Because what are we doing? Same thing here. It's just like it's so many people that was arrested, taken away from their family, didn't get to see their kids grow up because they got arrested over marijuana. They got.
Should have watched last episode. You was just talking about it, bro.
It's just
Biden's letting people out for he's letting people out for petty federal crimes of having marijuana on a federal level.
Federal
and
crimes.
Then they're taking it down. They're trying to get it to the state level as well, and then of course local and work their way down.
Federal level of marijuana. How many federal cases has it been about marijuana? That's the issue.
I mean, no. So like when I say like federally, it's like it's an overall thing. Cause then this is how laws work overall, from my understanding. So you have a federal decree, right?
Yeah.
Then that goes for everybody. But then so states can choose to be like, we agree with that, or they could say we'll make our own law to not agree with that. And then it goes, and then there's a trickle down effect from there. You see what I'm saying? So then, like, because the upper echelon people, because they said it's not legal, now you have the option to say, do I want it legal or not in my specific state based off of facts, or if you're just the head in power, then you can just do whatever you want, as we've seen with abortion, right? If you have enough votes, then you can do that. Then, of course, it goes down to the state and local level. So that's what I mean. So federally, like everybody is good, but it now depends on where you live at that point. Like how California, it's basically like weed is totally just legal for the most part now. So, but in Maryland, it's not totally legal. Or in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and Wisconsin as a whole, it's not totally legal. Yeah, but it's the same thing.
Yeah, but you see my issue though.
No, I totally see your problem because everybody's profiting off of weed. And when you were selling it, of course, it wasn't legal at the time, so I understand that. But they should be at least have like a reduced sentence or be let out of jail. Or something, or be able to have a bail or something, or a lower bail.
He's not. You're not a murderer. You're not a R word. You are a God-fearing weed seller. I think they should be.
God-fearing weed seller is crazy, bro. that's crazy. But again, I think marijuana should be legalized at this point. It's not a danger as much as even alcohol. Like, you get alcohol poisoning. I've heard of people have weed poisoning. It's just little things like that. They just don't make sense to me for real, because it just doesn't make sense to me. But moving on to the next News Today topic. We actually have 3 News Today topics. I usually only do 2. But we got 3 today. So 269 teachers from K through 12. Yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Have been arrested on child sex crimes from January 1st to September 30th of 2022. 1 arrest a day, basically. I'm not done though. This includes 4 principals, 2 assistant principals, 226 teachers, 20 teacher aides, and 17 substitute teachers. What's going on here? What's going on?
I hate, because I saw that headline on Twitter, and I hate when I saw that headline on Twitter, it was only women teachers' faces, because when they do that, it's a lot of ignorant. I can cuss on here.
Yeah,
it's a lot of ignorant, dumbass niggas in the comments like, where was these teachers at when I was in middle school? Oh, he became a man. Oh, I wish that was me. It's just like, let that have been the roles reversed. It's like it's not cool. It makes my brain just I lose motor function when people talk about things like this, because what is going on?
No, it's really bad. Like I remember I saw one story about I don't know if you saw it or not, but there was a woman who had sex with a 17-year-old several times and kept pleading him not to tell on her, and eventually he told her. I remember one of my friends sent me the thing, and he was like, "Would you have told?" And I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't see the point in telling at that point, because one, you probably, if y'all two did it multiple different times, and if it was consentful at that point, like granted, it was wrong at that point, but I would have went to the grave with that, especially because what's gonna happen is the kid is gonna have no fault in it at all for the most part. It's all gonna go on the teacher. And I don't think that's fair to the teacher, because we don't know what these situations are. Because there are some strong 16 to 18-year-olds, you know what I mean? You don't know overall. But I'm saying, because I know it sounds a little crazy right now. What I'm saying is, if I was in that situation, I want to see what the situation is before we make, that type of thing. Because granted, regardless, the teacher, the adult is wrong. That is first and foremost. I just want you to say, because I know it sounds a little crazy what I'm saying overall, but regardless, that teacher is wrong for doing that. You don't sleep with a minor. That's just something you don't do. Regardless of how much you love each other, whatever. Wait till you're 18, then have at it. Do what you want to do. But especially with a teacher-student relationship, even a professor-student relationship, you don't do that. That's just not what you do, dog. It's just not. But I'm saying, if I was already in a predicament, why would I tell at that point? Especially if I have an emotional connection, or if I was doing it as a young teenager, just like those guys in the Twitter section. Why would I tell?
Don't you think that speaks more about the relationship if she kept telling him not to tell?
That's true.
You don't think? I don't know. I just feel like I see what you saying, like, but I don't know what the punishment would be for the minor in that situation.
There is no punishment. That's what I mean.
But I'm saying, like, hypothetically, because it's not like you want it to be some sort of punishment. I don't know what the punishment would be for that, but I don't know. I just, like, imagine you're a grown man or woman and you say, yeah, they just forced me to have sex with them. It's just like, what do you mean by that? Did they hold a they gonna say, did they hold a gun to your head and tell them to have sex with you? Oh, they didn't? Open and shut case. Like, I just don't know where this conversation. I don't know where another line would have to be drawn for something different to happen. Like, personally, I've had weird encounters with teachers where I felt like they were flirting with me in high school. And if you know me, I'm flirty. I flirt back, first of all. I just a bad habit. But, like, I talk to every teacher. I talk to every professor, even carried on to my college. I just talk to everybody like they're people, not almost as a teacher. It's just like I say, how are you doing today?
No, same. Yeah, I do that a lot too. Like, I talk, like, I legitimately talk to people. Like,
Yeah.
that's as a human being, you should be able to talk to people. It's fine to do that.
And I realized at a young age that, sometimes these teachers, they sometimes people are not telling people, period, just how are you doing today. Every time you talk to these teachers, it's why my grade look like this, why my grade look like that, this, that, and the third. Like, these teachers aren't getting paid nearly as much as they should to make sure you have the education that you should have. So
check on them.
So that led me to just say how you doing. But I'm going on a tangent. The point is, I've had awkward encounters with teachers where they was flirting with me, and my father would. Sometimes when my father would see, he was like, "What's going on over there?" And there'll be it's awkward all around because I don't even know what to tell this man. Granted, nothing happened, but the point is, it's nasty. It's
nasty business, man.
Nasty.
You're grown. I understand, like, if some people pique your interest and stuff, but, like, bro, you gotta, like, calm. Like, be calm. But and then to what you're saying about earlier about some of the people comments in that, like, nah, for the jokes, I get what they're saying, but overall, like, can we not? Like, I understand that's a lot of people's dreams, like, to sleep with a teacher. That's like you, especially with a guy. If you're a guy, like, that's just what it. Even girls too. Girls be saying that all. I heard so many girls in high school, be like, "Oh, he fine, man. I wish I could. I wish I wasn't a kid, man. Like, I wish I could, like." Yeah, but that's a fantasy.
That's all. That's cute and all, but
also because of porn,
Yeah,
so that's another reason why.
That's all cute, but it's also something different when it actually happens. Like, I had a crush on my health teacher. It was very awkward because she's talking to me about erections and shit. This was in the 9th grade. And I just had the biggest crush on this teacher. And it was an innocent little thing. But then that turns into something different if that does turn into a sexual relationship because I'm 16. It just goes from, whoa, how do we get here?
I've seen some fine teachers in my day. I'm not gonna lie. I think we've all had a crush on a teacher before, to some extent before, or just thought that they were, like, really attractive in some type of way. But we're kids. Like, we just, that's just something we do. But 9 times out of 10, we don't act on it. I know some people who will flirt on it sometimes and stuff like that. Be like, "Well, you gonna give me a chance, Mrs. Like, I've seen stuff like that. It's funny, but then when it turns to serious, that's when we have a bit of a problem. Like, that's a big
yeah,
like,
a problem.
A bit of a problem, because then that gets legal. That gets really choppy. People lose their jobs. Are you registered as a sex offender after that?
Yes, you would be. Or he would be. Whoever the teacher is at that moment would be.
Let me make sure.
I'm almost sure you having sex with a minor.
Sex offender for teacher. For what was it? Teacher-student relationship.
Mm-hmm. But I'm almost sure you would be classified.
If convicted of having a sexual relationship with a student, an educator may face up to $10,000 in fines and up to 20 years behind bars. He or she will also be required to register. This is for Texas, with the Texas Public Sex Offender Registry. So it depends on the state. Yep, depends on the state. Yep. Upon conviction of a felony, the teacher will have to endure many collateral consequences, including a permanent criminal record, loss of a teaching license. This is just in Texas, but depending on where you are, you got to look at the rules for yourself. But as you can see, there's a pretty big, pretty big punishment for doing that type of stuff. But any last comments about that, man?
Nah.
All right. Well, moving on to the next topic. And you say you saw this earlier too, but basically BTS, the boy band, the Korean boy band and everything, they're being forced to serve in the South Korean military. BTS is being forced to serve in the South Korean military. Why can't I say that? Korean. Nah, I'm playing. And here's some of the details with that. So, basically the fans were left heartbroken, yada, 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 meaning like no new tours or music or anything for several years. However, the 7 members conscription, which Seoul allowed them to defer in 2020, could also come with an economic cost. So Seoul is one of the cities in Korea, if I'm not mistaken. Since releasing its first album 9 years ago, the Grammy-nominated boy band has proven its value as an economic powerhouse as well as a triumph of the entertainment industry, which Seoul benefits from. BTS is contributing more than $3.6 billion to the South Korean economy every single year, equivalent to the contribution of 26 mid-sized companies, said the Hyundai Research Institute in 2018. Also, I'm reading this from Fortune magazine on Twitter. Plus, the boy band brought 1 in every 13 tourists who visited the country in 2017 and generated an estimated $1.1 billion from consumer goods exports like merchandise and cosmetics in a single year. Under the South Korean law, most men are required to perform 18 to 21 months of military service. Previously, they were asked to get a special exemption for athletes and artists who excel in certain international competitions tied with national prestige. So,
imagine, let's say the rules reverse, right? And it was like that for the United States. Imagine everybody had to do that, and you enroll into the army, and you look to your right, and you just see fucking Roman Reigns just there with you. You go to your left, it's fucking Jay-Z over there just kicking it doing push-ups by the side and shit. You see Kanye West just in the corner and shit, just ranting off. Like it really put it in perspective. Like, yo, we are really just people. Like, besides having all this status or this wealth, we are just people. And I think that's one way to look at it. But in like pure reality though, that's so messed up.
That's really messed up, bro.
Imagine LeBron James does so much economically for Cleveland, for LA now, and they're going to lose money. Cleveland lost money when LeBron left. LA's going to lose not that much money.
NBA would lose so much money, especially they did like in a prime of LeBron's career when there was no clear like person who could take over after he's gone. Like,
I'm just saying that I get it because a lot of people hold this thought like celebrities are just people, but damn, God rest his soul, if I was enlisted to an army and I seen fucking Kobe Bryant in there with us,
rest in peace to the mama, man.
I would be like, yo, they don't give a fuck, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. You got a point because it's like, bro, I would be like, why are you here? Like imagine you in Greece, right? And then you look to your left is Giannis. You look to your right, it's Thanasis. Then you got Kostas and Alex right next to him. And you just like,
what the fuck is you here?
What are y'all doing here? Like, I came here because like You know, like I'm just a regular nigga. You know what I mean? But now I'm stuck in the military. Like that's really insane.
It's just a whole nother Tuesday for me. It's like, damn, like you was really recording music. Damn, Kobe, that 81-point game. I don't even think I was allowed to see that. That shit was hard. That nigga just doing push-ups and shit for his new mama mentality in the military. Like that.
No, for real. He over here. Kobe would have been a commander for real.
Mind you, BTS. It's still in their prime, I think.
No, not even. They're before their prime still.
Bro, I've been hearing about. I have not heard a BTS song on purpose ever, but I've known about BTS since middle school, bro.
I know about BTS.
Bro, I'm in fucking Baltimore. We don't know nothing but dummies and twos and who's and
28.
flues.
So yeah, they're prime. That's prime.
Bro,
28 years old, 20 years old, 26.
Bro,
I'm trying to find that.
They had girls, bro, who are very not even ignorant.
25 and older. 25 to 29. 25, 29.
Singing these BTS songs, bro. These racist ass Korean songs, bro.
What do you mean racist, bro?
They racist as shit.
Nah, they racist.
Not all of them racist, but it's a little racism.
How
over
do you
there.
know that,
bro? Have you seen their skin? Have you seen BTS skin?
Their skin?
Have you seen their skin? Their skin color, their skin complexion. Have you seen it?
They're like a.
They're the shade. They're the shade of those stairs. You know why they're the shade of those stairs?
Why?
Because they bleached their fucking skin. You know why they bleached their skin? You think I'm fucking with you? I'm so serious. A lot of it is rooted in a little bit of racism. I'm just saying. It's that's a topic for another thing, though. But I'm just saying.
A topic for another day. All right.
I still feel bad. I still feel bad a little bit. Just because imagine you work that hard to not do normal people shit, and they got you doing normal people shit. But but they racist, so you know. Nah, I would get.
I can't imagine like me, everything I got going on, and then my whole career gets upended, and now I have to.
They didn't even let them. They didn't even let them fall off yet. They just said,
"Nah, yeah." I mean, they're in the prime of their career and prime age for military, like that.
28 is prime age.
I'm talking about like before they start declining.
Oh yeah.
You know, like that's like I think of prime of NBA terms because the prime of your career is usually when you hit about 27, 28. From there, that's until usually early to mid 30s. That's usually about the prime of your like your athletic prowess.
When your athletic meets your mind. Like your knowledge of the game.
When your body meets your mind and everything. Yeah.
It's cause I realized it's a lot like the prime for fighters are older shit than like
fighters.
Like UFC fighters.
It's less wear and tear. Because there's more breaks.
Oh
yeah,
you're right.
Your fights.
Yeah.
If you're NBA, you're training every day. You do that every day. That's why football because there's so much more contact and it's every week, plus practices. You know, plus working out in the summers and all that type of stuff. It's just there's less time for you to recover, and especially with how much contact you get, which is why it gets shorter and shorter the more contact it is. If you look at soccer, right? There's some people who play in their 30s to 40s and stuff from what I've seen. Whereas basketball, usually the prime basketball career is usually around like 5 to 7 years or so. So like it depends on what the sport is, but I'm talking about just regular athleticism and everything. Depending on how frequent you have to train and how frequent your the contact is, then you should be good for real.
I remember the first time I got like rocked at football.
That was the last time.
The last time I got rocked at football, bro. I remember. I think I was like 12, 13, right?
Right.
And my dad was like, you know how LeVar Ball dad is like talking about his kids? My dad was like that, but worse. Because we in Little League and he's just talking mad shit. And I remember we was at practice and I hit my quarterback. Mind you, my quarterback is built like Giannis Antetokounmpo, but like 5'7", because he wasn't that tall. But he built the shit, and we all 12. I don't understand.
So he built like
he built strong as shit as a 12-year-old, and I remember. No, actually, that was
right because that's at 5'7" at 12.
That's so high. That's so much hyperbole. He was built like Cam Newton.
That's better.
He was built like Cam Newton, but we all 12. And I remember I hit his ass, right? Hit his ass hard as shit, right? But he didn't move.
I'm thinking you rocked him or something.
No, I hit him hard as fuck, and he didn't move. Only I moved. and that was the first and last time because usually you taught to wrap up, right? But like, I was like, I'm taller than everybody. I'm a little bit faster than everybody. I'm like,
you was taller than him?
I was, yeah, but he's still big as shit. I think we might have been the same height. But like, I put my shoulder into him, bro. I remember my whole body just jiggled. My whole body jiggled, and I was like, oh my God. And I laid down, and I was like, yo, why the fuck did I just try to hit you? Mind you, he's the quarterback, so you shouldn't really be hitting the quarterback anyway. But bro,
did he just look at you, bro?
He laughed. he picked me up and he laughed.
Oh,
like he was a cool ass guy, so he just picked me up and laughed. But when you was just talking about wear and tear on your body, I just thought about that. That was that.
No, that is probably like, I'm not gonna lie, that would have. Yeah, because I remember like one of the biggest things in my head, not in my head, from what I remember, was doing the drill where you have to turn the corner real quick and then you meet each other, and you try to hit. Yeah, that drill is what usually gets people out of playing football, and I did it, and I don't know. I told you before, like I was really short growing up, same head, but like really short. I was always the shortest everywhere I went. Now I'm about medium height. Well, I'm taller than medium height, but like
above average.
I'm above average height, which is every day I thank God, because bro, if I was still short, bro, oh my gosh, the bullying would be way worse. I don't get bullied like that no more. No, I don't get bullied. No, that got nipped in the butt. But I just remember, being a little guy, 5th grade, doing that drill. I was so scared. And one time I got matched up with one of the bigger dudes, and I was like, fuck. I don't remember exactly what happened, but I just know after that I was like, dang. But I didn't do terrible. I didn't do terrible though. But it was still like, oh, this is a lot, man.
The football practice always ended up being, sometimes it's just, all right, they gonna find new ways for two people to just run into each other. Yeah, it was that drill. It was one drill where it would be like run at an angle to hit each other. It was another drill when y'all both lay down. You both lay down, right? Mm-hmm. And then they would get up.
Yeah, that one.
And then bang.
That one. That's the one. That's the one right there, bro. That one kills people's dreams, bro. I remember some people be after you do it, you be. Bro, that I'm telling you that those football drills are. Those football drills are crazy, dog. Those football drills are insane, but they help build character and they help show who really wants to do this. I mean, and then you got people like Antonio Brown, CTE. I mean, at least it looks as though it's CTE. Man, dude, football is a crazy sport. But back to the BTS thing, it really sucks. Because again, I'd be pissed if I couldn't do what I wanted to do because I had to serve in the military, and for a country that I don't even know for sure if I'm really that much of a fan of still to this day. I'm a fan of the freedom part aspect, the concept of it, and I love the different things that we have. But at the same time, do I really want, do I really want to fight in the army for it? There are other ways to support your country than fighting in the army. And I think we have to get out of that mentality as a whole in every country of not everybody should be forced, especially if you're a man. Just because you're a man does not mean you want to fight. Like that's like we got to get out of that mentality, bro. Like even just in the regular hoods and stuff like that. Of course you have to know how to defend yourself. but like not everybody is made to fight. Like everybody has a different role to themselves, and for BTS, their role is to be entertainers. That's what they are. Imagine you in Korea, like you said, and you're a big fan, and you look to your right and your left, and you got 2 BTS band members with you.
And I thought about it in a good. Have you ever played Arkham City?
Of course.
So in Arkham City, I believe it's Arkham City. You start off as Bruce Wayne in the suit, and he's in the prison. Everybody's like, "Oh, look at this rich guy. Look at this pretty white boy." They was talking shit to him. So I imagine that same thing could be going on too. They looking at these BTS members like, "Oh, look at these niggas."
I don't. I mean, South Korea does have a lot of pride. I mean, Korea in general has a lot of pride and that type of stuff. They said they were. What's the word that they use? They use like encourage. They basically said they would encourage them to serve in a war and stuff.
I mean, it only take one hater.
I mean, it's easy to get sent back.
For real?
Well, if you get injured, I'm pretty sure you just
get
sent back for real. I mean, but you don't know. But again, with the war, there's different. Like, just because you're in the army doesn't mean you're fighting. There are people who are commanders who are in the bases giving out orders or helping with IT and tech. There are photographers in the army. There's medics that aren't as close to like the front lines and stuff. Like, there's so many different positions in the army as a whole. So it's not like you have to be on the front lines. Like, I think when people say the army, a lot of people, the first thing that comes to your mind is the front line, because those are some of the more important people. But at the same time, it's like a whole production. Yeah, it's a whole production basis. There's a lot of different moving parts in it. But I wish them the best if they do end up going. It's seeming like they will be. But I don't know. That's crazy to me. That will forever be crazy to me. Yeah, but moving on to the next topic and everything. We're out of the news today segment now. I just have a simple question. Very simple question. You know what the question is?
Yes, you told me the notes.
I know, but still, do white people have culture? And just sit on it. Just sit on it, everybody, because it's not a clear cut answer. I mean, question. I mean, yeah, it's not a clear cut answer, or maybe it is. I don't know, but I'm asking this question because of a clip that was on Twitter, and I'm gonna play it for you guys so you can hear the audio and stuff. I'm putting the mic. Turn down the mic a little bit myself too. But I'll play this clip real quick and just show y'all basically what it was saying.
We're all technically white. Yeah. If you're from England, if you're from Australia, if you're from wherever, South Africa, we all have these crazy places we come from and these people are around, and we get those ideas from those people. But that doesn't mean us as a whole have no culture.
But as a white person, it's not really a culture. You can have culture, like I'm hella Irish, obviously, and that's a culture. But just being white is not it's not a culture. I can't relate to you just because you're white.
I think you could say that for any ethnicity, though. If we were all black, could I relate to you guys just because of the color of our skin?
Yes, because they go through very similar experiences. Like, they'll get discriminated against, and you're not getting discriminated against because of your skin color. They can both relate to that.
So that was a clip from, like Jubilee or I think it's Jubilee, but they do the, what's it called? The question based thingy. I love those videos, by the way. Some of my favorite videos to watch, for real, because they're just so introspective, and it gives people who look the same. Middle ground. That's the one that they do. That one is middle ground. But it gives people who maybe look the same or go through similar experiences, that they don't have exactly the same views on everything. Like, that's just not what it is. And Jubilee helps open up those pathways and everything, because it's like, oh, well, that's food for thought. Like, you could end up changing. Like, I know people who end up like having their minds changed because of that. Like, by the end of that episode, like, even if they don't change their views, they have more perspective on it, and it shows that they actually are human. especially when it came to, I remember the Democratic versus Republican one. That one was crazy. But like, even though they had radical views, they still was like, okay, I get what you're saying.
You talking about the one when it was all black people or a different one?
It was all black people, and then there was one when it was just Democrats versus Republicans as a whole. But back to the question at hand, they asked the people again, do white people have culture? And me personally, I agree with the dude who was speaking. Like, I don't think you have a universal white culture. I think it depends on what the people are, where you are in the world. Because there's white American culture. There's
Irish,
Italian, European as a whole. But there's different things in Europe. Yeah, I think it's a little bit interesting.
Before recently, they used to rank the white people, and I believe Irish was on the bottom of the. They used to treat Irish people like they was black. Italians was on the top of the,
top of the food chain.
I might be wrong with the Italians, but I know for a fact they used to treat Irish people like they wasn't shit. It hasn't been until a little bit more recently that it's just you're white, and that's it. But American white people. Well, to answer her question, no, because I don't think you can just see another white person and be like, oh, I know exactly what they're into. Just like they might be from all these different places, and same thing with black people.
I was just gonna say it's literally the same thing, but we just have a universally shared experience of being discriminated against.
Yes.
Whereas white people, I don't know what their universally shared experience is, because is it privilege?
Unless they about to sit here and be like, oh yeah, we both don't like black people. Unless they about to just say some shit like that, then I don't get what you.
Maybe that's their culture.
No, Americans' culture is hamburgers and hot dogs and hot dog contests. That's American culture.
That is being fat.
Being fat.
Like, literally, it's being fat. Like, I think, like, we are we are the most overweight and obese country in the world. And that's not, I don't even have to look that up. Literally, heart disease is the number one reason why people die in this country. Actually, slowly being overtaken by...
Opioid?
No, something else. I don't remember what it was right now, but I remember reading something. I have to look to see what that is. But like the culture thing, like, what is culture as a whole? Like, what do we define as culture? Not even what the definition is in a Webster, yada yada yada. But what do we define as culture as?
I'm about to say, I know black culture, hip hop, rap. That's
no. Like, I know
not even that.
But just like the basis of what the word is. What is it? You see what I'm saying? Like, what? Because then from there you can say what culture is.
What would you say it is? Like, breaking it down.
Culture is something that's shared between a certain group of people. Mm-hmm. Morgan has a culture, right?
Yeah.
Things that are part of the culture is calling one of the cafeterias the refac. That's something that's culture. Calling the other cafeteria the canteen. Another thing that's culture is having our homecoming. That's a part of HBCU culture as a whole. The majorettes thing that we talked about on Bear Pod and everything. Also, again, I forgot to mention, we'll go over at the end, but he is the current host for Bear Pod, which is the podcast we do through what's the name? I was the host last year. He's the host now, and last semester. And then now I'm the co-host for for this semester. He's the main host. But we talked about the majorettes thing on the podcast. That's HBCU culture. That's not PWI culture. Like, what is PWI culture? I feel like,
you want me to answer that?
You see, I mean, you can't, because then I'm gonna say something crazy. But I feel like PWI culture, that's not a thing. But it's more so collegiate culture. You see what I'm saying? There's a difference. Cause you can say white culture, but I would rather it. But usually their culture is whatever the status quo is for a more central thing. You see what I'm saying? I feel like that's what it is. Where I can walk around black somewhere, and I will 9 times out of 10 be able to assimilate into the culture.
You will always be black,
and I will be black. And everybody will dap me up like, "What's good, my nigga?"
A white person from New York will go to the most racist town in fucking Utah and be like, yo, what the fuck is going on around here?
Yes, they would.
It's different. It's different.
Well, you gonna answer that? What is PWI culture? Because I know you'll say something crazy, dog.
PWI culture. I said something before.
No, I just know you.
PWI culture is taking the when you do a kick, field goal in football, the goalpost, it's taking the literal goalpost after a win and walking around with it in your campus. That is white culture. That is PWI culture.
That's Philly.
Philly.
That's basically Philly.
Philly did that.
No,
shit.
Like just in general, that's Philadelphia.
You right. No.
Like that's Philadelphia, or that's like the Buffalo. But you know what? That's white culture.
Breaking tables,
raging and breaking. It's wrestling. It's literally wrestling.
But we can't even fully give that to them because Travis Scott doing it.
Is he?
Oh no!
Wait, is that appropriation then?
No, because I thought about it. A lot of people who go to his concerts white.
I'm not gonna lie. There are a lot of white.
That's a lot of people who go to most concerts are white, but
well, that's because usually it's too much money, or black people don't know about it enough.
Yeah. Buying concert tickets, that's white culture. Breaking
concert tickets.
Wrestling is slowly getting more black people in it, but that's white culture. Never mind. The Rock father black. Never mind.
But I feel like wrestling was a white culture, and then I think what usually happens is black people end up taking something that someone else created, or we either created it in the first place, and then we expand on that and make it more entertaining for everyone.
And white people. Not even, because Japanese is doing it first. I think the wrestling shit.
Really?
Yeah.
That fits them.
It
fits them. It fits them because they like crazy wacky stuff.
Yeah, you're right.
Like I'm not even trying to be discriminatory or anything, but I mean you've seen some of these Japanese like shows. Not even just Japan. I mean no, it mainly is Japan. I'm not gonna lie, because Japan made anime. What's understood doesn't have to be explained with that, but like they love that type of stuff. Like that's something that it just fits them. That like I think that just fits them as a whole. But so like, what are just some more things of what culture is to you? Because I answered for me, so it's a shared experience to me. So like, do you agree, or what do you say?
I totally agree, because like I can go to any state in the United States or let me not even say that, I can go to any school. If I went to a PWI, guess where I'm going to be with? Where the niggas is at.
I am too, every single time.
Do
white people do that when they go to HBCU? I feel like they just assimilate.
I don't think they can do that because the amount of black people at a PWI is so much larger, I think, than the amount of white people at a HBCU. And I think for you to even go to a HBCU, you have to already be acclimated to hanging around black people. I don't think any person that never been around a black person,
unless it's the last this option, because a scholarship, athletic scholarship or an academic scholarship.
Oh yeah, I guess you're right.
Or if they're a legacy with it because their parents went to it and then they want to go to it too now. Because I've seen all three scenarios.
Do you know, unless they, because I can't speak because there are white people who do play on a lot of the sports teams, but I just feel like you had to. I don't know. I just can't imagine a white person not being too fond of hanging around black people all day, going to an HBCU.
Like I said, if that's the option that they had, if that's all they had left, then I wouldn't put it past them. You see what I'm saying? Like I don't see a reason.
I don't know. I don't know, bro. I guess this is just me just hoping and praying that is never the case. But Jesus, that must be like a living hell for you to not really like black people like that, and you at an HBCU, bro. Yikes. That's a fucking yikes.
Yeah, it is. It is. Because that's like being a black super pro black person and then having to go to a PWI, but that PWI really doesn't have a lot of black people. So you're forced to assimilate with them, and the only reason you went there is because of scholarship, or you're trying to get something with basketball or athletic stuff or something like that. Or
Manti
that was
Te'o.
just the only option you had, huh?
Manti Te'o.
Who? What?
Manti Te'o.
What is Manti Te'o?
He was the Hawaiian football player who had the fake girlfriend.
How do you have a fake girlfriend?
I'll talk to you about it after the pod. But so when the only reason I mention his name is I'm assuming he had to be in that scenario because there's a whole college full of women and you chose to fall in love with a fake one, not on campus.
So he fell in love with somebody online. I'm assuming.
Yes.
Right? Through a dating app.
No, through Facebook. I'm gonna have to show you after the podcast.
Yeah. Okay. So then he ended up, and it was a Hawaiian dude. You said
Manti Te'o. Yeah.
Oh, him. He's in the league right now.
Well, no, he not in the league right now. He got cut, but no.
Tough.
There's a documentary on Netflix, documenting the whole scenario around him. He was almost a Heisman Trophy winner. He was a Heisman Trophy runner-up, some shit, like 2015, 16, whatever year he was in college.
Who won that year?
I don't remember. I think
that might have been Baker.
We might have to. You might talk about it, or even if you don't talk about it. I want you to know about this because this is insane. This topic for another conversation I have on the back of your brain. I don't know. I like filling my brain with a lot of content sometimes, and that's just something that came out.
No, that's good. That's good. You know, that's good. Yeah, no, No, I'm just thinking about like multiple different things right now. But yeah, I think we've come to a pretty good conclusion that they have some sort of culture, but is that really culture, or is it just something that's a little bit shared, but it's not really like a super shared experience? Like I feel like they have, again, white people don't have culture. It's the different things that they do have culture. Whereas black people have culture and they bring the culture to the thing. I feel like that whatever was created is the culture for white people. And then somebody else can kind of modify it. Whereas black culture is just black culture.
Racism. Racism is white culture.
I mean, they did start it, so yeah.
I like that white woman would have said, "We both discriminate." That's white culture. I don't really know what else all white people could somewhat agree on.
Yeah. Yeah. But then that kind of brings me to another question that I had. Another topic that arose when I was in this English class, right? So after my therapy sessions on Friday, I usually stop by this English class. They just have really good conversations, and I have some friends in there because I used to be an English major, right? So one of the questions that came up, or one of the topics that came up, and said, if you have like been through an ethnic struggle, because we were just talking about racism, then you should be able to understand and not be racist or anything towards another group, right? Now, why that came up? Because of Kanye. Because he's being anti-Semitic, right? Whereas he has a say to an extent, because I understand that Jews to an extent played a part in slavery and things of that nature. But at the same time, that doesn't give you the right to attack them. It gives you the right to have a conversation, but not to attack. And that's where there's a disconnect. Because people feel like in order for you to have a gripe or a problem with someone, then it has to be Then it has to be a conflict, and a conflict that has a really big problem. Almost didn't. My shit was about to die. I forgot to plug it up. I know I forgot something. What did I say? I just said you have a problem with them.
Yeah.
Right. That happened last time. My shit almost died. Last time I was doing one with Justin. Also, that was bothering me. It wasn't fixing. Pretty good so far. We got an hour in. Pretty smooth for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a chill podcast. All right, 3. Wait, what did I say? Problem with them? Yeah. Oh yeah, you have a problem with them. All right, sorry, I had to plug in my laptop real quick. Y'all wouldn't notice though. But what I'm saying is the fact that we should be grown enough now, as no matter what race you are or whatever it is, especially if we're supposed to be on equal ground, right? If we're truly supposed to be on equal ground with being in our respective ethnicities or races and stuff, we should be able to have a conversation. And that conversation should be on equal level, and then we should be able to talk about the things that happened in the past. So if you have a problem with Jews or some of the things, and they may have ties to racism and to slavery as a whole, then let's address it as a whole. What Kanye did in saying he's going to go DEFCON 3 or 4, whatever he said, that is a problem, because now you're attacking. You're not having dialogue, but you're just attacking. And that's where we have a problem here. You see what I'm saying? So then the bigger thing is, especially with Kanye, because you're a black man and you have a shared experience of discrimination, racism, yada, 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 then why are you attacking another race? And then, again, with queer people, there are queer people who are racist. If you have a shared experience with also being discriminated against, why are you being racist towards black people? Or for Hispanics, why are y'all being racist towards black people? And black people, if you are being, because I know there are discriminatory black people towards other races and stuff, why are you being discriminatory against other races? If you have a shared experience with it, why would you do it to someone else? Because I don't get the Hispanics and queer people, LGBTQ plus community. I don't understand why y'all would be racist towards us. That really does not make any sense, or discriminatory towards us. That just does, like, why be discriminated against us? Like, literally, it does not make sense to us. If you want your own rights and things, especially queer people, like, if y'all want y'all rights and stuff, and then y'all be getting a lot of stuff more than black people sometimes, just being completely honest, why are you being that way towards us? And in black people, you shouldn't be discriminatory against queer people. It's a whole thing of, if you have an experience of being discriminated against, why be discriminatory towards that race too? So Antonio, what do you have to say about just that whole thing as a whole?
So there's a bunch of different layers to peel from this, especially the Kanye thing. Because I think one of the most people issues about Kanye West is he said all these things about black people. He ain't been deplatformed. But as soon as he say something about Jewish people, he get deplatformed. And I think it's just, if black people
I didn't even think about that.
If black people owned some of these networks the way Jewish people did, then we would deplatform just like the Jewish people did. A lot of people took that as, see, Kanye is right, but I just don't see where that stance comes from. And if you listen to Kanye West, it's anti-Semitism right next to, well, the black people are Jewish too, so I'm really not being anti-Semite. And it's just like, what the fuck are you talking about?
It's like the way you went about it. Explain it in a way to where it makes sense, and at least go over it on off social media first before you bring it to there. And don't tweet it. That's dumb.
And when with the
tweets are always taken out of context.
With the races, I don't think, because I have a bunch of Asian friends, and
I got a whole bunch too. They cool as hell.
And I feel like when you have these experiences with these people, it's like, not all Asians are racist, just like not all black people are shit, just like how all these other races of people, not all of them are racist. But I don't know. I feel like it's always a small majority of all these different subjects. What the fuck? Subsets of people. Like there's going to be racist, white, gay people, and it's just like, what the fuck? But then there's also
racist, white, gay people.
But then there's also pro-black, homophobic people, and it's like, what the fuck?
See, that's the one.
Because there's a lot of overlap, and it's just like, what are we doing? Like, I don't get how you can push for black rights and push for black this, black that, but be like, gay people, nah. trans people, nah.
Well, because they give it to the Bible, but if we want to go to the Bible, Jesus broke bread with a gay man. Like, it's not like Jesus was out here killing gay people or not opening the doors to gay people. Like, I know you're not a religious person, but like, still, like, if you want to go back off of the Bible, let's go off the Bible, because there's a difference between the old and the new. The old was a certain way to an extent, and you take things from that. But with the New Testament, anybody is welcome to the kingdom of God. That's literally what it is. So you shouldn't be using that as an excuse.
And Christianity is all about love and forgiveness.
Literally.
That's a gay ass book, bro.
What?
It is, you know, bro.
Oh, you talking about? Okay, I get it. I get what
you're saying. What's more gayer than having love, and you're homophobic, bro, and you're using the Bible? I said Bible.
Yeah, you said Bible.
It's just like, I don't know, bro.
That's a crazy thing to say. Say it's a gay ass book, but I understand what you're saying.
It's just like,
let's change the wordage a bit. Let's change the wordage a bit. But I get what you're saying. Like, I'm not personally offended by it. I mean, for a second, I was like, what is this man talking about? But I understand what you mean. I understand. It's just about it being open.
It's all about love and forgiveness and turning the other cheek and love thy neighbor. It's just like...
And then working on those people. Like, people don't understand. It's about groundwork. So you shouldn't be using that as an excuse. But continue, though.
Yeah, bro. I don't get any of it. And I'm glad you brought that up, because I had talked to a co-worker. He about to come in.
Alright, hold up. Alright, roommate just came in. Alright, what'd you say again, man?
So I had this dumbass co-worker, and she just came from smoking or whatever, as one does.
Smoking cigs?
No, smoking. She was smoking weed.
Okay.
Do what you do, whatever, right? I'm sitting there, having my laptop out, about to watch some YouTube, watch some funnies or whatever, and she just she just started talking about, yeah, these Mexicans are coming and stealing our jobs, and I look at her, and I'm like, I'm thinking she's joking, but she was so serious. And then she was like, yeah, I voted for Trump. Mind you, this is a black woman.
I assume so.
And I'm like, whoa, how do we get here? Like, you so dead ass right now. She said, yeah, these immigrants are coming here and stealing our jobs. It's people that's not able to have these construction jobs because these Mexicans are coming over here and working for less money. And so I say,
I'm not gonna lie, she's actually right though, at certain places.
And I say, so you're mad at capitalism. You mad at these employers who, instead of hiring somebody who knows what the fuck they're doing, they'll hire somebody for less money. And she says, I don't even know what capitalism is. Now,
and she voted? I'm surprised she knew how to vote.
I'm not the smartest. I'm not the smartest Avenger. I'm not the highest grade of weed. I'm not the freshest pair of Jordans in the brain.
Highest grade of weed is crazy.
But out of all of the isms that people use in debating or in knowledge or in history or in college or in fucking high school, capitalism is something you should know about.
Yeah.
So even if you wanted to have this very educated conversation with me right now, not knowing what capitalism is really not making you look too good right now. And I honestly, I don't remember what made us go, oh, you was talking about people being racist.
Yeah, just all that type
and then
stuff.
She went from, I don't think black people can be racist.
I agree with the sentiment based off of a definition that I see.
Yes.
We can be discriminatory.
Yes.
I just don't believe in racism because we don't have the power to do so, but in certain different places we can, but it's not as institutionalized.
Yes.
We have the possibility to, but in this society, especially in America and even in Africa to a certain extent, because a lot of white people control Africa. Well, not white, European people. I have to stop saying white for everybody.
So I have a question. Yeah. So, cause I asked my dad about this. He's a boss at some place downtown, right? Mm-hmm. If he decided to only hire black people, he said that's not racist. He's just looking out for his own. So I say, if white people only hire white people, he said it's racist. And I'm not having this conversation to argue with him, but it's just like, did we not see?
No, it is. But I think that's why context matters.
Yeah.
Because. Because of slavery and all that stuff, and we don't have as many jobs.
Yeah.
Then we do that. Now, granted, I'd understand if it's a certain type of people that you want at a job, and it's not a general thing. If it's a general job, then there's no reason why you should be doing that. Like if it's a family job, then hire only family. If it's only a certain type of look you're looking for, then let's do that. But if you have a general job, you're not trying to save the community or anything, you didn't set out to do a certain thing, then there's no reason why you shouldn't be hiring multiple different groups of people if they apply.
Yes. I think that the buckle back to when she said black people can't be racist, I feel like the same way white people can call black people porch monkeys and the N-word, I feel like black people can call Mexicans insert slur here, and I feel like it's just as fucked up. But she would say
it's still messed up,
and she would say no, because black people actually are the only people that have been through something. And then,
whoa!
Let me finish. And then I say, what about? And she say, don't you fucking bring up the Holocaust. And I'm like, what? Like, what the fuck? She was like, slavery been happening for this many years. The Holocaust only been happening for this amount of years.
The amount of years, it matters, but it doesn't.
At this point, we just having the oppression Olympics. Like it don't, like it don't fucking matter, bro. The general statement that only bad things happen to black people is weird. But I also knew where her brain was at when she said she don't think we really came from Africa. She think, but all African Americans didn't come from Africa. We are just Native Americans.
It's a mixture.
I'm sure it is a mixture.
It's a mixture.
I'm sure. No,
Native
listen,
Americans
listen,
are here
listen.
first, though.
I'm sure it's a mixture. But if you look at just a pure Native American and a pure black person, we don't even got the same features. They got straight hair. But I'm sure once black people got here, it's a lot of people who, you know, went with each other. So now it's a lot of people who have Native American in them. But the statement that all black people just derived from Native Americans is something I just will never stand on. She basically told me she don't believe the slave ships actually existed.
Okay, never. I don't want to hear about this coworker anymore.
Bro,
and she's a Trump.
Yes.
So then, wait, hold up. She's pro-black.
Pause. Then she said these immigrants don't pay taxes.
I think they do.
Then you Google it. And she meant that you Googling it, but you Google that these immigrants do pay taxes. And then I say they actually pay more taxes than Donald Trump. And she says, well, he's a businessman. He don't got to pay taxes.
Oh, my gosh.
So it was just like some conversation, some big brain conversation, some rough brain conversation.
They're just not meant for some people.
Are just not meant to have with certain people. It's almost comedic because you have
not almost. It was.
You have so strong beliefs, but can't back nothing up. And I knew. So I have another coworker. He Ethiopian, right? There's a whole nother conversation.
Jesus, another coworker.
No, he cool. He nothing wrong with him. he Ethiopian, right? And she kept calling him African, and I said, low key though, that's kind of fucked up because he's Ethiopian, and
I don't know why that put.
And I said, by your logic, that means these Canadian niggas and these Mexican niggas are all American. Because we all in North America. And she said, she basically told me she didn't know what a continent was. And then when I pulled up the map.
It's the same lady, bro.
Then when I put up the map, she was like, these are 3 different countries. I'm like,
how old is this woman, bro?
26. Then I say,
Jesus.
Look, dumbass, this is one continent. And I don't know. This is a different conversation, but I just don't get how people can be just so willfully ignorant. And then when you try to teach them something, it just goes in one ear, out the other. I don't want to hear it. Blah, 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 blah. You Googling shit. It's fake news. Actually, now that I'm saying this, I know exactly why she voted for Trump. She just like that nigga. They just be saying
shit, bro, just to say it.
It's a certain subset of black people who just will not stop dick writing Trump.
And those are the worst times because they ride for him so hard, bro. Like so hard.
I don't care that he racist. He was the best president we had. What?
How? Please.
What?
He I ain't gonna lie. Trump did set up some different programs and things of that nature, but like he could have done more. Bro.
I'm not a Trump. Trump could never do anything right. I won't say that because that's just not how people work.
Things right.
But saying that Trump was the best president we had in recent memory, bro. Not even saying Joe Biden is that good, but it's just like he was a racist, bro. He did that not mean anything?
I don't think it did.
Yeah, bro.
I like for some people it did not matter because he was Donald Trump, and he could rally people, and he sparked so much, you know, and like that's really what it. I don't know, that's what he did for people. I will never vote for that man unless there is really somebody terribly terrible on the other side.
His mission statement was build the wall, build the wall, build the wall. This was 2016.
That literally was his.
It's 2022. The wall still ain't built. He sold you a dream. It's okay.
I mean, that's America. They sell you a dream,
bro.
So great, bro. Great promotion. Great slogans, man. Make America great again. When was it great again?
Then she fucking said, "Make America great again." I'm like, when the fuck was America great for black people, bro?
I don't know. This is the best we've gotten so far. This is literally the best we've gotten so far, and we still have a lot of problems still to solve. A lot of things are swept under the rug and everything. Yeah, that woman, like, you would think with all the things she's been through as a whole, that she would, you know, be able to say that, you know, be able to understand different genocides and different races and not be discriminatory. But
just not be that so fucking ignorant. Like,
yeah.
Willfully ignorant, because then she'd be like, "Oh, don't bring up the Holocaust."
Bro, there are so many people who are like that, but sometimes it's worth it to have the conversation. Other times, not so much. But yeah, but not so much. And I just want y'all to know that you can disagree with another race, or really races are stupid. It's really ethnicities. You can disagree with another ethnicity, in the social constructs of race, or queer people, or a different culture or a different group or whatever. But you don't have to be racist or discriminatory or prejudiced to them. There's levels to it. Like, I don't agree with what a lot of people do in different things, but that doesn't mean I have to be hateful towards them or spew hate towards them. I can voice my opinion without being aggressive about it or being a dickhead about it, you know? So I would just leave that for y'all, just for that. So moving on to something a little bit lighter. Antonio, did you see the new Mario trailer?
I did, sadly.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, you gotta watch that.
No, I said I did. Sadly, I did.
Oh, you did, sadly.
Sadly, I did.
Oh, no. Well, then we're gonna talk about it. Basically, the new Mario trailer. Chris Pratt will be Mario. Jack Black as Bowser. I actually like Jack Black as Bowser. It fits really well. The movie drops April 2023, which is my birthday month. Woo! Here they go.
That was better than Chris Pratt.
Yeah, I know. We're gonna get to that. The trailer was very visually pleasing. It looks like it's gonna play around. It looks like it's gonna be really. It looks like it's gonna be good. Like, it really does. But the one thing that took me out was Chris Pratt's voice for Mario. And I don't know how it got this far to a trailer without somebody saying something about
playing Chris Pratt.
His voice. I don't. Why did they do, like, he's literally talking like Chris Pratt. I know it's Chris Pratt. I shouldn't know it's Chris Pratt. They should have got somebody, like, not a big name, just somebody who could do the song.
Oh, lad, why ain't they get the nigga who played Mario all this time?
Dude, there's so many other people who can voice him.
The nigga who voiced Mario in the games. Why didn't you just get that nigga?
I don't know, bro. I mean, all I know is that the man's not even Italian, bro. He literally said, something city, here we come. Like, no, nigga, it's here they go. Like, no, like, that's what it is. I remember, did you see RDC World react to it? And Mark was like, he was like, no, it's here we go, not here we come. Like, what? Like, what do you, like, it's iconic. I need to ask my dad about it still, because he's a huge Mario fan. He loved playing the Nintendo 360 or whatever it is, all that stuff. 64. Atari, yeah, Nintendo 64 and Atari and everything. So, like, I ain't gonna lie, like, that's gotta be better, dude.
I honestly, like, so dead ass, I have never fucked with Mario.
Really?
Sonic gang.
No, but I'm a Sonic guy. I just like both. Like I was never one to like choose sides for
Nah,
Sonic
Sonic
unless it was
gang.
Xbox versus
Sonic
PlayStation.
Sonic gang, and I stand firmly. The Sonic movie came out. 2 of those movies.
I gotta watch them.
That they are the best thing that ever been seen on cinema ever.
You're a super Sonic fan,
Bro. Sonic gang.
No pun intended,
bro. Bro, I'm not gonna lie.
I love Sonic though. I definitely played Sonic more than Mario.
Honestly, like be dead ass. I've never played a Mario game like all the way through. I barely play a Mario game the first 10 minutes of it.
Play
Like,
Super Mario Bros. Though, right?
No.
The
like
one on Smash
the Wii?
Bros.
Oh, Smash Bros. Yeah, but guess who I was being? Not fucking Mario. I was being Sonic. What?
I ain't gonna lie, I was definitely the type of nigga to always pick Sonic 2. I played a lot of Sonic games. Sonic Adventure 2, the greatest Sonic game to ever exist, in my opinion. Sonic Unleashed was a really good one.
Sonic Riders.
Yes, I played that a lot too. It was hard beating some of them niggas, bro.
Honestly, I just learned. So, because I bought the game. I had a game a couple times. I had it. Don't matter how many times I had it. But I just learned that there's a certain way to make these fucking races go by so much easier that I don't think it tells you anywhere how to do it. You just either know how to do it or you don't. I don't.
We'll talk.
Yeah.
But I mean, overall, like again, like even though you don't mess with Mario, you can at least appreciate the fact that Mario sounds a certain way, and he just doesn't. This is not how he sounds.
I hope they keep his voice like that in the movie flops.
Chill, bro.
Sonic
Chill,
game.
bro. Chill, bro. If we can do this for Sonic, then we can do the same thing for Mario.
Oh yeah, they did change Sonic.
Yeah, because bro, he was looking like a gremlin, bro. I don't know what that was, but that wasn't my Sonic, bro. He looked so evil. Like now he literally looks like Sonic. He has gloves. He didn't even have gloves on at first, bro. He literally looked like a hedgehog, bro.
Low key, I always thought that they did that on purpose. Like they already had the move. They already knew what Sonic was gonna look like in the end. But they said, "Oh no, we need controversy. Oh, we need eyes on this movie. We need the." I don't know what it was. I feel like it was like a elaborate.
You think they're gonna do the same thing for Mario?
No. I think they was dead set on Chris Pratt.
I don't have a problem with Chris Pratt, but he could at least try to do an Italian accent, bro. But if that's not what the director wanted, I can understand that too. But if I'm assuming Chris Pratt played Mario growing up, or at least knows about it, so you would assume that they'd be like, yeah, I love Jack Black as Bowser though. Like that sounded like perfect.
Did you watch the first Mario movie? It was the live action one. This came out years ago.
Oh, must have flopped.
Oh yeah, it wasn't pretty good.
It must have flopped.
I think this came out in like the 90s though, 80s.
90s.
But I don't think they gave him they gave him a Brooklyn accent, I believe. They gave him a New York accent.
I mean, with the pipes and everything, I guess that can kind of make sense.
Yeah.
But still, I don't know, bro. I remember when he first said something, I literally was like, I did not.
Oh no, the
that.
trailer though. That's a pretty ass trailer. When they have
That's what I mean. It's visually pleasing.
Yes.
Bro. Like, dude.
Honestly though, I'm even though I don't like his voice, I don't think I'm not my little brother, little sister, baby brother. They might want to see it, and I'll watch it.
I'm going to watch it regardless.
Yeah.
Like I need to see Sonic still, both Sonics. I need to see both of those movies as well. I might get another Paramount Plus membership, the free one, real quick. Gotta get that. Gotta get it. Gotta catch 'em all.
They gonna I think they're making a third one. The third Sonic movie. That's what they set up in the second one. That they was making the third one.
A third Sonic movie? Shadow?
You already seen the?
No, I'm assuming Shadow's gonna be in the next one. I would hope so. I want Silver too.
Yeah,
Silver's one of my favorite characters.
He just so different. Like
because he got psychic powers. This man is tough.
I remember Sonic 06, right? The one that came on with 360 that was real glitchy and shit.
Ooh,
don't worry, I got you.
You're a huge Sonic fan.
So Sonic so the one that Silver debuted.
So also Sonic's voice is really good. Yeah. Like his voice in the movie and the trailers and stuff. Like it's. Oh yes.
So I remember when the trailer came out for this Sonic.
Yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, so it came out 2006. That's why I said that. But yeah, it was real glitchy when it came out, and a lot of people didn't like it. But I love Sonic so much that I could see through the glitchiness. But
there was always a drastic difference between the play and then the cutscenes.
Yeah.
Like that, and now like there's not much of a difference that much anymore because the graphics have come such a long way. But I ain't gonna lie, they're trying to make a new Sonic game, right? I think they're in the process.
It comes out soon, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I won't be playing games anymore because I just don't play games anymore like that. But like, just the idea of it, you know, bouncing around the trampoline things, hitting the enemies, going to a ball and hitting everybody, beating Dr. Eggman, racing against Sonic, going against Shadow is always fun. Shadow is actually, I've always liked Shadow and Silver more than Sonic for the most part. But I love all three of them. I also love Knuckles. I'm a big Knuckles fan too. But those are like my favorites.
I like Knuckles because he's black.
He's basically black. Yeah, Knuckles is black for real. Tails is a bitch.
Ooh.
Respectfully.
Like Jack the Hawk. He was cool.
Oh, green dude, right?
Yeah.
Who else? Who's some other favorite ones? Dude. Playing Sonic Adventure 2. And
Rouge the Bat?
No. And the stupid Snorlax looking nigga.
Oh, you talking about
bro,
Big the Cat.
Yeah, some of his stuff was just pissing me off, bro. Bro, playing against Chaos? You think Sonic Adventure 2 was tough.
That's Sonic Adventure 1, bro.
That's 2.
That's
Chaos
1.
was in both.
He was in both?
He was in both, yeah. Sonic Adventure 2. I only play Sonic Adventure 2. I know because I always played the races too. And with my brother, like my older brother, we would play that game for so long. It was
I
fun.
never beat Sonic Adventure 2.
Well, I don't think anybody did for real.
My brother Big Sonic he beat that. What the fuck? I played Chaos too.
But Shadow game?
Oh yeah.
The Shadow game? That was tough. That's what made me a Shadow fan, bro. Like honestly, that made me a Shadow fan, bro.
When
that game was so tough. Yeah, bro. He had his the girl that was always floundering after him too. Like that game was tough, bro. Niggas was skating. He had a motorcycle. He was tough, bro.
Yeah,
he was tough, dog.
I was about to say I actually because I bought a PlayStation 2 not too long ago, and I played through a lot of those games again. Just because it's always something different when you play as a child, but like to relive those memories and play them again. Even on like my laptop, I be having Sonic games. I be having games I would have had on my PlayStation 2 years ago, and it's so crazy to be like, yo, I could just hook my laptop up and be like, fuck, I'll just play this now. It's just so crazy how technology it's advancing exponentially. Like yeah.
It's a blessing and a curse, though. Have you seen the Social Dilemma on Netflix?
Yeah, I've seen it I've seen it too many times.
Oh, and you still fall in the trap too, bro?
I don't. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, we all do.
I was about to cap. Yeah.
No matter how many times we look at it, bro, but I get better every time.
No, I will say the one thing
I've seen it twice.
The one thing I've always been real good at of like looking out now is when I notice a lot of things on social media are made to make you upset, and once you recognize that, a lot of things just it's like water on my back. I don't even pay it no mind because I know what this is for. It's for to get a rise out of you. Because a lot of times when people like something, they don't comment they like it, but when they hate something, they're real fast to say they hate that shit. So a lot of content remember a couple while ago, it was on Twitter. It was the guy who only brought McDonald's for his son.
That was fake.
That was fake. It was
fake.
some
but it's something to stir it up.
It was a video like, so you're not gonna pay for all my friends' dinners also? A lot of this shit is just fake, made for fucking attention, bro. Like it's just insane.
Go viral.
Yes.
But another thing with that also is that I've been because I've been on social media for so long now, especially for years and stuff. So like I got archives of stuff in my brain of when I saw something before, right? And what I've been seeing a lot recently, I remember the other day I literally quote tweeted something. I was like, bro, I literally just saw this, bro. Like y'all keep reposting the same thing over and over again. Like if I have a boyfriend, I'm gonna be biting on their biting them, right?
Yes.
And it's the one with the two Pokemon. I've seen that same meme on that same tweet so many times, but then also with like some of these basketball pages, right? I've seen they'll repost something that already happened but act like it's new. They don't, because sometimes, they be saying, remember when.
Yeah.
But then sometimes they just post something, look at this, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, wait a second. Are we really going to act like you haven't posted this before? And everybody's laughing at it, yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, bro, y'all did this already. Like, I'm not liking this. And then especially because sports ads, of course, you're gonna have the same content. That's just, it's inevitable. If I like one, if I see it again, I don't like it again because I'm like I already liked it. Like so respectfully, you're gonna get your views regardless.
When you go on Twitter and realize like it'll always be the same tweet and it'll have like 70,000 likes every time, and like yo, it's really the same thing. It'll you notice like the OnlyFans girls be doing the same thing. It'll be like somebody replying to their Instagram story with something horny, and then it's really just an elaborate way to promote their OnlyFans. And at first it's like, oh wow, that was funny, and then you just keep seeing the same message like, yo, if you don't respond to me, I'ma beat my bitch. I don't know if you've seen it, but they keep reposting the same messages, and I don't know, bro.
I mean, it's the same principle that I'm basically already talking about.
Yeah, it's like they call it tweet deckers actually.
Deckers?
Yes, I actually like took like peeked behind the curtain because I'm trying to figure out why do people repeat the same tweets with the same comments with the same emojis. Like
that's what really they need to be changing it up sometimes. Yeah. Actually, a lot of the time, on Twitter it's worse because it's literally like the same thing, like it's words. So like I can understand videos, but re-saying somebody's words, even rewriting it and then saying the same thing but saying it a different way, that's still like, yo, that's crazy to me. It's always because like I'm a writer and I'm a journalist, so like you at least gotta change it up, bro. That's why like if anything, like when I have something to say about something or something like that, I comment underneath. But what I do also is quote tweeting, because if you quote tweet, then it's basically your own tweet too. But you also give credit to their tweets too, and you're not underneath the thing. You're a whole different subsection of it and stuff. And plus it's better engagement if you have a good amount of following. But yeah, I just that really pisses me off. We're gonna have a very more in depth discussion about the social dilemma one day. Also, we might have talked about it already, but I'm not for sure. But we're hour 26 in, which is actually pretty good, Tom. It's pretty good, man. How you feeling? I
feel great. I'm really used to doing like 2.5 hour podcasts, and it's been kind of hard for me to get back into it because it's hard for people to come back with me. But
communicate.
I feel like I'm still like verbally in shape. I'm just
verbally in shape. Well, you're a host of another podcast. I would hope you are.
Yeah, but the other podcast is not. It's
quick.
It's a lot more structured, quick, to the point, nice, bright, tight, all that shit.
Yeah, I tried to make sure it's that way, so it's not hard. Cause like I love long forms things because it gives you more time to introduce yourself. Which is why I was talking about. Make sure you get your introduction real quick, get people to know you and stuff. So then it helps build the conversation, help people get to know you. That's a whole nother thing. But I'm glad, like this. It's easy, but you see, like, it's more of a da, but it's still open for conversation. We literally talking about Sonic, dude. We do everything on here, dude. But I got one last thing. I asked this about to Elijah, who was on the podcast 4 weeks ago. It's whatever. If you had one character that represents you and or resembles you the most, who would it be? But they can't be somebody that looks like you. But it can be from a movie, TV show, cartoon, theater, etc. For me, because I'm just just giving it context for it. For me, I said Luffy from One Piece. I don't know if you know him.
I know, yeah.
But yeah, Luffy,
the main character from One Piece.
Yeah, but also another character, Black Star from One Piece. I mean, not from One Piece, but from Soul Eater. More Black Star than Luffy, but Black Star because when he fucks up, he fucks up. But at the same time, he's gonna keep going regardless. And he's irritating as hell, but everybody still puts up with him because he's a hard worker and he's still good to be around overall. Which, if you know me, like that's really me as a whole, and I'm not afraid to put my mistakes in front of everybody.
Yeah.
And then Luffy because he's a free person, and I'm really pride myself on being free. Hence me not having like a really strict job at the moment. I try to find different ways to make money and things of that nature. And also because he brings people together. I help start up Bear Pot. I help do things for Smooth. I try to get you connected, get other people connected with different people so that they can have different opportunities and stuff. And his main goal is to be free. My main thing is to have financial freedom, but on top of that, just be free as a person and be able to do things while still having work. That I actually be fulfilled by, and that's why it's Luffy for me. Also, plus it's a tight group, but at the same time, I'm friends with everybody. You know, you got your main group, a kind of people that you know is your A1s, is day ones, but you're still really friendly and everything with everybody. You can bring joy in the room, and I feel like I can do that when I'm not in my head. But so now, you know, with that context and everything, I know you probably already had it, but still, who would you say?
No, I had to think about it, but I think I got two. I want to go with Sonic the Hedgehog because I be moving too fast sometimes. I be moving a lot. I crack a lot of jokes. Slick talker. Sonic the Hedgehog, he fly as fuck. Personally, I feel like I'm fly as fuck.
Respectfully, I ain't gonna lie, he got a fit on. He outfit me like shit today. Like I'm bummy today. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, I chose. It's a Friday. It's a little gloomy outside. I was like, I'm being bummy, but not continue.
And I think for number 2, I would choose Vegeta, cause he's just like, he's a dickhead. He's rude as fuck. But I think under all that fucking dickheadisms, he got a good heart. He loves his family.
My Bulma.
he loved that one kid that's not his, from another planet, from another dimension. Yeah,
because he just loves the same pride. You know,
he's very prideful. I love my people just as much. Vegeta love his people. You know, we both monkeys.
The Saiyans are black. Well, the Namekians are the other black race too. I feel like Namekians are more black. Who's more black? Saiyans or Namekians?
Well, there's some bad bitches over the Saiyans. I don't think the Namekians have bitches, respectfully.
No, they're asexual.
They're all men.
Yeah.
And they don't.
There are no women Namekians.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, because they produce asexually. Because remember, that's how Piccolo was born.
Oh yeah.
Well, the new Piccolo was born.
Wait, there's a new Piccolo? That's not the same Piccolo?
It was King Piccolo.
Oh yeah.
And then he spat out Piccolo.
I thought you was saying there's a whole nother Piccolo.
No. I mean, Piccolo has a new form and stuff, but that's really about it. But yeah. So that's it for the podcast. You gonna plug anything and all that type of stuff?
Bow. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, SWAVEBABY. Back again with your fly guy, aka Weezy, aka Mr. AKA. And if you don't listen, I'm gonna let that AK spray. Brrr.
What are we gonna do with you, man? What are we gonna do with you, bro? But yeah, you already know to find me. Juelz _IS on IG and Deacon Juelz on Twitter and all that stuff. But you know, I'm gonna put your description on all that stuff. You gotta send me. You got a link tree?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, just send me that link tree and I'll put it down low. Cause then I'll have everything. I don't need to add any other stuff. So but you enjoy your time on the pod, bro?
Of course, I really did. I was a little upset because Gotham Knights came out, and I wanted to play that shit, but I was like, I had to do this podcast. I said I'm gonna do this podcast, so I'm gonna have to wait to see how Batman died.
He ain't gonna die.
He died in this game.
It's the Court of Owls, bro.
Yeah. Oh shit.
If it's the Court of Owls, you always come. Never mind. We're not gonna get into it. Either way, they made a movie on it. Did you not see the DC animated movie for it? No comment. All right, everybody. It was nice talking to y'all as always. Yeah, he's in shock. All right, bro. We're wrapping up the podcast. Any last words, Antonio, bro? Antonio, you gotta say something, bro. I don't know. I mean, the game could be different. I don't know. But
I was too stunned to speak.
Any last words, bro?
Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon.
All right, y'all. Peace.